Netherlands.
What's on the menu in Rotterdam?
There is all to play for because nothing is for certain.
Oh, it's exquisite. What a way to win it. Oh, look at it flow now.
And that is some display.
Extraordinary scenes in Rotterdam.
Magnificent, absolutely magnificent.
This is tense stuff as we build up to the playoffs.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the Premier League, coming to you live on Sky Sports from the great city of Rotterdam. So brought to you by the Professional Dance Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. Would you please welcome the winner of 7 PDC titles, a World Championship semi-finalist, and a winner of the Masters, Hollywood Dobey! Ladies and gentlemen, our Premier League finalist and the former champion of the world,
quarter-final of night 11. Oh, we have Luke Humphries, the world #1, second in the Premier League table, and he closed the gap at the top a little bit last week, didn't he? Humphries 5 behind Littler heading into tonight. Those two kind of out on their own at the top, really. Well, Humphries had a run to the final where he ended up losing to Nathan Aspinall, but it was his quarter-final display that was the standout. Averaged over 118 in beating Stephen Bunting. It was relentless, ruthless darts. So what can he produce here against Chris Dobey, who suffered another quarter-final defeat last week? Dobey 7th in the table on 7 points, and with a lot of work to do, really. So what can Hollywood produce here? These two have met 3 times this Premier League season, all 3 meetings won by the world #1. So let's find out who wins this one then. For the first time tonight, let's head to comms, and good evening to Mark Webster and Rod Studd.
Ahoy there, Emma. Ahoy there, everyone. Well, big night this. in Rotterdam as the darting musical chairs continues. Which four dartists will have a seat come finals night after round 16 in Sheffield? We start off with Dobey versus Humphries. And what more can you want out of life than watching Premier League darts in the company of Mark Webster? Ahoy there, Mark.
Ahoy there. Thank you, Rod. A big week in the Premier League. You think it's probably too little too late for Chris Dobey. You feel Luke Humphries is going to get there, but he'll want to get there in some style. I mean, disappointed losing that final in Manchester last week after an explosive performance in his quarter-final. But a huge night as we're edging closer to the playoffs at the O2 in just over 6 weeks' time.
Well, Emma mentioned their three previous meetings. The first of those was a 6-1 toweling in the final of week 1 in Belfast by Humphries over Dobey. And since then, Dobey has only won 2 matches and lost 9. His quarter-final record is really poor. He's lost 7 times at the first time of asking, whereas Humphries has won 7 and lost 3 of his quarter-finals. So he goes into this as an overwhelming favourite based on all known form. And he started pretty brightly.
There's a lot of similarities for Chris's campaign from 2 years ago, aren't there, Rod? He started well in week 1, which was actually in Belfast. He won it on that occasion, final this year. And just not really got to grips with the campaign. There's been some decent performances, but it's just been about getting points on the board, and just hasn't happened for Chris. He's going to get there to find a few nightly wins in the remaining few weeks.
That's not going to go, so Humphries coming back for tops for a 13-dart opening salvo here in the Netherlands. Over clubs, but adjusts perfectly to go in front with a 14-dart leg, and Luke Humphries swoops early with the break, and he goes 1-0 up.
Already, even just one leg in when it's against the darts, it'll be a sinking feeling for Chris Dobey. Lost in this venue. His only ever appearance here 2 years ago to Johnny Clayton in his quarter-final. Just looking to rally towards the end of the campaign. That'll be the target realistically. Maybe get himself up a couple of spots and then build on that in the rest of the season.
You mentioned his previous campaign, Mark, but I actually think he was playing better then in terms of his averages. He had a lot of tumblers averages but kept losing. In this particular campaign, he's only had 1 3-figure average, Chris Dobey, and that was when he got beat 6-5 by Littler in Brighton.
Yeah, he was. The performance level's there, but not the points last time, and it's been a real mixed bag, and he's running on a tournament average of shy of 95.
And that's the lowest of the 8 players,
yeah,
by the way.
That's why he's down in 7th place. For Chris, it's a second campaign, and so far not been a positive experience, but he's got a good attitude. He'll keep coming back every week, believing he can win, believing he can turn it around.
And if he doesn't win this match, he's in severe danger of leaving the Netherlands bottom of the pile, because then if he loses and Bunting wins, Bunting will leapfrog him. Well, you didn't want that, Luke, did you? Now this has left him in a bit of a pickle. Navigates himself out of it, almost went bust, so the wrong dart to start, then almost bust his score. Well, it was a shambles, really, but he will be back for 4-4, but he's under the gun now.
Well, there's a little bit of pressure now. I was going to say, slipping into the double 19 wasn't ideal, but Chris was on 2-1. Is that 180 going to rattle Luke? It may do. It has done. 4 darts missed for the leg, and a 2-leg lead for Luke Humphries.
21. Key to the door, double 8. Crucial. Well, that was absolute pickpocketry on the Rotterdam stage. Well, call the police. Chris Dobey's levelled the match.
Yeah, for Humphries, he shakes his head there. And you can look to the double 19, but he had 3 in hand at double 4 in the end. It's a double he's comfortable on, and he'd be disappointed. He made a good start there, Luke. 4 missed darts, a double, and all of a sudden, even this early, different outlook and a welcome boost for Chris Dobey.
They missed doubles at various points in various matches, Mark, and who knows why they missed, but it seemed that turn never got started, and he was shaken out of his stride, and then he continued to make mistakes, almost bust the score when he hit the single five, but you're quite right, he had multiple darts at double four and he knows he should have won the leg. He didn't win the leg, it's 1-all. And now he's favourite to go behind, because Chris Dobey is peppering the lipstick.
Yeah, second match, Chris Dobey. When things aren't going your way, we were talking about Chris's season being tough, you need those little breaks, and he's got it there. And he's got a real stranglehold of his third leg. Yeah, no dramas. Look at this, 5 consecutive treble 20s, just being able to set up. Brilliant leg from Dobey.
Exquisite. And Chris Dobey now eyeing up double 16 to go in front in this match for the first time. Perfect. That was a lovely leg of darts from Hollywood Chris Dobey. World number 9 leads the world number 1. 2 legs to 1.
100.
Winner of this opening quarter-final faced the winner of our second quarter-final, Nathan Aspinall and Gedwin Price. And actually next week their quarter-finals will feature against them. Luke Humphries will face Nathan Aspinall. In Liverpool, Chris Dobey will face Gedwin Price.
140.
Yeah, we're here in Rotterdam, then we go anywhere, then Liverpool and then Rome. That's right, Mark, isn't it? No, I got mixed up. It's Birmingham, isn't it?
I can see what you're trying to do. Should be starting over 18s here, Chris. He's not going to leave a finish, but he's in the leg. This is a big leg for Luke. Having started so well and done all his good work in leg 2 with the missed doubles, didn't really compete in leg 3. Just looking to steady the ship here.
Yeah, had multiple chances to go 2-0 up, and then who knows what would have happened, bearing in mind Dobey's perilous position towards the bottom of the table and Humphries' 3-0 head-to-head record over the Geordie. 110 becomes 50, becomes 32, becomes still 32, and he will be back for that to level up, but he has now missed 6 darts at double in this contest.
It's got similarities, this, to the second leg. Dobey just applying pressure, Humphries 3 in hand at double, but on this occasion Humphries pins and it's 2 apiece. A couple of holds each, a couple of breaks. Steady start from both, neither player at their best.
140.
Luke Humphries posted the highest average of the season last week. Over 118 was on the board, but still lies second on the league ladder to league leader Littler, who has to wait until match 4 tonight to strut his stuff on the hockey against Voltage Rob Cross.
134.
Max number 3 for Dobey. It is. Timing as well. Humphries is just applying the pressure on the Dobey throw again.
41.
Well, now he's got 6 darts at 1-2-4, Chris Dobey. The setup turn is delightful to leave double 16 after a dozen darts. Playing well on his own throw now, Chris Dobey, and that would be enough to win the match if he continued.
24. Pressure requires 32.
Shocking visit in more ways than one for Luke Humphries. And that is the halfway mark reach for Chris Dobey. Comfortable holder throw, and he's operating around about his tournament average, up towards 95.
Humphries' tournament average is 99 and change, and he's not operating at his tournament average because he's averaging 88 and change here in this contest. But I tell you what, the more this continues with Dobey holding throw and edging in front time and time again, the more those missed darts at double 4 loom large from leg 2, Mark.
Yeah, that could change the outlook of the game. You never know, Humphries could have gone and raced away with it there. Dobey, in terms of Premier League, his confidence would have been a bit fragile. When you don't make a bright start, you're under the cosh, but he's relaxed into this match now. Chris Dobey, this is impressive from Dobey. 90 average, 60% on the doubles.
He's let winning chances slip against top players in this tournament before this season, however, Chris Dobey. One of them was that match I mentioned earlier against Littler, when he was in front and had a chance to win the match, but lost 6-5 to the Nuke.
He's throwing quick here as well, Chris. That was a frustrated last start. This for an 11 darter and for some daylight for Dobey. Oh, and that could cause him some problems. He's going to be back. He's got a bit of fiddling to do.
Well, he's going to be back, you're quite right, Mark, but he's back for 15. So, not to be confused with a simple finish. There are no easy finishes, there are just finishes.
Humphries got to stop throwing darts away. This is 2 legs on the trot now. He's left himself on a bogey finish. He's not going to get a look at it. Needs to give himself a shake here, Luke Humphries. He's a bit rattled.
Now, is that the key segment on this darts board in this match? Double 4. Dobey hit it there to tidy up the loose ends at the end of leg 6. Humphries could not dot the I's and cross the T's in leg 2, and therein lies the difference.
Better from Humphries.
The difference is 2 legs, and there's 2 legs that could have gone the other way. So Chris Dobey has ridden his luck a little bit, but now he's riding the wave. Trying to win a quarter-final for only the 4th time in the 2025 Premier League. Oh, my word, he's Mostardo on the maximums tonight. 5 of them. 5-0 mark on maximums in point of fact.
Hey, 5 in the match, all to Dobey. Credit Humphries in this leg. Felt like he just lost a bit of concentration the last couple of legs, but he's focused in this one. Potential 12 darts, but crucially, it's getting that breaker throwback. If he can convert, he's not going to do it on this visit.
57.
Right, Humphries comes up dry on the 120 odd. What about Dobey? 19's here. Have a look at the treble 19 here for the single or the treble to leave the bullseye. Oh my! Chris Dobey is on fire in Rotterdam. 5-2 up on Humphries.
Unlucky with the bouncer. Not a massive celebration from Chris. He knows he's got a bit to do here, but this is a Chris Dobey surge that we haven't seen often enough in this Premier League campaign. Nevertheless, great to see. Humphries seems a bit frustrated. He's throwing out a great pace at the minute. Not out of this match yet.
He's only won 1 of his last 5 games. His last win in the Prem was in Berlin in the quarterfinals, where he beat none other than Luke Littler. 6 legs to 2. A repeat scoreline on the cards here, if he can break the Humphries throw. It seems a long shot at this stage, but Humphries has got to win 4 legs straight now.
133 to go 160.
This is to close our victory. We've just seen a 1-2-6. Another one of them. Marginally missing out. Just for a hold and to stay in for Luke Humphries.
To stay afloat in the Dutch port of Rotterdam. And he is afloat, Luke Humphries. Last dart in hand, closes the gap to 2 legs. 5-3 Dobey, so Humphries did it 4 on the trot, now he needs 3 on the trot.
Humphries got it all to do now, because Dobey's found his 6th max. And it's at the beginning of a leg as well. We've had 4 perfect legs already in this Premier League campaign, 1 last week.
You have seen Chris Dobey hit more maximums in this match than he has in any other single match in the 2025 Premier League. Half a dozen of them. My word.
60.
And a match average now of 101, which would be his best this season. So he's really turning it on here, Dobey.
100.
Yeah, with fall a little short of his best ever Premier League average, around about 106.5. But it's still a brilliant display from Chris Dobey, and has got time with his 87 to grab himself a couple more points.
70 left, so choices here. His opponent not on the finish. Double 8 for the match. He'll get more match starts here, at least another 3 in this leg.
Humphries has just got to chip away. But he hasn't really recovered from that second leg. But this for the victory for Chris Dobey.
He wants double 8. Dutch delight for Dobey as he downs Luke Humphries in the opening match in Rotterdam. A comprehensive success based on half a dozen maximums and over 50% on the finishing. Dobey's best display of the year so far. And he